Hey! Get this post right here. Hold on.
But how I do my thing smooth, that's on every lights on the near, but I'm fly, got a set of wings.
Oh, it's about tonight. Y'all know the deal, man. Catch on Mac, episode 14. It's gonna be one hell of a show. I don't know if it's gonna be as saucy as last week, though. That's the only thing. Iris, you in the building. There we go. There we go. It should let you send me a request. Do that, and I'm gonna bring you in about probably 7, maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay? We're gonna let people jump in. It's a party tonight. It's a vibe. Hey, y'all vibing with Just Juice right now. Been following this guy for a while, man. Okay, Iris, I see your request. I got you. Catch on Mac, episode 14. Y'all can see the new addition to the show, the lighting. Might be looking a little more shiny than usual, you know? Iris, get yourself a drink. Make sure you got yourself a drink.
How I do my thing smooth, that's on every
hey.
On the mirror, but I'm fly, got a set of wings. Dice on the mirror, if I vibe on her with the gang. Ice on
you know we sipping tonight. Y'all know we sipping tonight.
How I do my thing smooth, that's on everything. Dice on the mirror, but I'm fly, got a set of wings. Dice on the mirror, if
let
I
me see.
vibe on her with the gang.
There we go. There we go. Okay.
That's on everything smooth.
I got DJ Mighty Iris on the show tonight. Y'all know it's gonna be a vibe. Every episode, y'all know the vibes. Fueled by the one and only Jameson. Yes, it's that time, you know, it's getting a little cooler outside. You need something to warm you up. My boy Jamie, he'll take care of that. A double Jamie on the rocks will definitely take care of that. Catch up, Mac, episode 14. We vibing tonight. DJ Mighty Iris will be in the building here in a little bit. We vibing to Just Juice right now. Y'all can see him on probably YouTube. I found him, I think, on Instagram. Listen right here on Spotify. Hey! Iris, let's get this show going here in a second. Okay.
Take your heart for all my dividends I buy at the store. No, for sure you got me, baby. My ticky gun. I just wanna be a ass fat like Doja Cat. I just wanna kick it, get lit with a chick who told you back. Show her life a movie. Us together, my favorite.
Get your drinks together. Get your drinks together.
Baby, don't waste my time. I just wanna be a ass fat like.
It's Friday Night Vibes. It's Friday Night Vibes. Hey, love. Can you check on your phone? Body fit like Cali, hit Cali to shop for shoes out of my rose. She stick to the kid like GoPro without. Hey! I love SA Chick Jessica. What's going on? Get to see. I think it should be good. Just let me know how it looks and if you can get on. Talking to the wifey, you know? DJ M3 in the building. Oh, it's a good vibe. Catch you back, episode 14. DJ Mighty Iris is gonna be in the building tonight. As y'all can see, I've been saying it. Got a little new addition to the show. I'm shining, man. I'm shining. I look good. I had to rock my wifey got it for me. My Rogers Place tee. Y'all know. If y'all know about it, y'all know about it. If you don't, get out of here. We vibing to Just Juice right now. M3, what up, baby? Let's get the show going, Iris. I'm ready. It's a vibe already. We're going to be bringing DJ Mighty Iris into the building. Catch you on Mac, episode 14. Your Friday Night Vibes right here. Every episode. Gotta say it again. Gotta drop as many plugs as possible. Jameson. You know, the holidays are coming up. Yeah. And I would just appreciate, like I said, even the mini bottles, even just the mini bottles, I'd appreciate that, like a little 6-pack, 4-pack, sure the holidays are coming up, you know what I mean? Catch up back episode 14, we here, baby. Hey! Okay. Some of y'all might know about this guy right here, man, Token, okay. fellow white guy in the game. No, I gotta show love. I was a white dude in the game too. All right, Iris, let's get this going. M3 in the building. I love SA Chick in the building. Jessica, what's going on? DJ Mighty Iris on the show. I'm bringing her in right now, man. We getting the vibes going. This might be her first time ever going live on Instagram. This is groundbreaking, historic, monumental moment right now, man. This is gonna be a vibe.
I do a good job. Pull up and come out and pull out.
Hey, there she is. Hey.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jamming out, man.
Oh, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Friday night.
Yeah.
You know, this is how we got to do it. You got to sit back, relax, have a good time, man. Because I'm excited to have you on the show. I really am. Make sure I give you the proper introduction. Let me lower this real quick. Hey, thank you everyone for tuning in once again. Episode 14, Catch Up Mac. Blessed to be doing this on a Friday night. Catch up with good friends, seeing how they've been. I got a good friend jumping on the show. She's on right now, the one and only DJ Mighty Iris. Yo, what's going on? How are you doing?
I'm confused. Where do you look? Do I look at you or where's I don't even know. This is so weird to me.
Like I said, this is a historic moment. This might be your first time ever being on Instagram Live. So this is monumental right now. This is colossal.
So weird. Yeah, this is bizarre. I don't do the Instagram. So I got one for you. I wouldn't have had one.
You did.
Yeah.
No, hey, I appreciate it. Honestly, I just look at you. I never really look at the camera. Sometimes I look at the camera, but to tell you the truth, I usually look at the guests.
Okay. Which
probably does look weird when other people are watching it. I don't know. I guess I've never paid attention to that, but I mean, it could. You never know. Hey, I love SA Chick. I know you know her. She says, Iris, I miss you.
Aw. How do you...
DJ Slice's girl.
Oh, yeah, Jessica. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
They would always come to industry, grab a drink, always a vibe with them.
Aren't they like the most humble couple ever? Like, they're such a nice couple.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And Jessica, y'all have jumped on a couple shows already, a couple weeks now, so I appreciate that. Thank you for coming back and, catching a vibe with me. Once again, Catching Up with Mac, episode 14. I have got the one and only, like I said, this might be her first Instagram Live ever, DJ Mighty Iris is in the building. Yeah. She's fresh off work. She texted me earlier and said, I can't wait to get out of here. And I said, don't worry, because I got the vibes coming.
Mm-hmm.
So what's been going on with you? What's up with you? Talk to me. How you doing?
Man, so something really crazy happened the other morning. The elastic around your ankle socks, it busted. So that really bummed me out. And then I just need to get some new socks. I think that's the highlight of my week, I think.
Do you feel like new sock shopping is one of the toughest things to do? And what I mean by that is, don't you feel like you put that off the most compared to anything else?
That and underwear, yeah.
Because I hate to say it, I will rock a sock until, it's almost full bottom foot showing, or my foot is just constantly going through the hole that I can't take it or when I'm walking in a shoe. So I've never thought about that before.
It sucks. You just heard the elastic around the ankle. You just heard it go and I was like, oh man, so yeah, I need new socks.
Right here on the show, we're gonna start a GoFundMe. Okay, so we're gonna be posting a GoFundMe after the show. Anything y'all can donate towards Iris's new pair of socks. Are we talking ankle, or are we talking high top? What kind do you rock?
You know what's weird is that I love the high tube socks, and when I buy those, I save them. I never wear them. I save them for a special occasion that never comes up. So I just wear the ankle socks. It's so weird. I have socks, but yeah.
Hey, shout out Rachel Ryan in the building. Oh, Blondie in the building. What's going on?
Blondie!
Ali, I miss you guys. Yo, we missed
her.
Hey, shout out Sean Mitchell. He's actually my mom's best friend, the one that married me and Lori a couple years ago.
Oh, nice.
Shout out my guys back home. We miss y'all. Wish we could come see y'all. has been boring here in San Antonio. Hey, talk to me about quarantine life. I've been talking to everyone about quarantine life because this is something that was so historic. I mean, there's never been a time in our generation, even in maybe our parents' generation, where it is a complete lockdown. Not just in a city, like one city could be locked down, like Sean back home could be locked down because of a snowstorm. Like those kind of things could happen. Maybe 3 days, 4 days a week. But you've never seen something like this. What was quarantine life like for you and the hubby at home?
I feel like it's weird because I always had somewhere to go, I guess, on the weekends. So that part is weird, not going to a bar, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like I'm still going to work, so I haven't experienced the work from home thing, which I heard is nice, but yeah.
It is.
So really, it's just been the same, but with extra work, because like the people that work from home or that aren't there anymore, the work gets spread out. So it just feels like more work, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. No. And I mean, I talked to Pledger just jumped in the building. Pledge, what's going on? He was my guest last week on the show and got me extremely wasted. Peer pressured me into way more Jameson than I wanted to drink that evening, but it was fun. It was a good time. Pledger says, Iris, it's been so long, missed you. So,
me too.
Iris said, hey, just because, we're all locked inside, we all miss you. We all miss you.
Dude, Pledger, that's my type of dude. Like, if it weren't him, it was going to be me. So I'm glad that he broke the ice with you because I'm the type that like, yeah, man, let's do another shot. Let's do another shot. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready.
Does this mean anything right here? M3 is saying headphones. Does
that's
that
one headphone? That's one of our. That's the first song that I ever wrote when we started writing songs together. That was our first.
Hey,
well, it wasn't our first, but it was the first one that I wrote. Yeah.
And we're gonna get into that. M3, stick around. You know the vibes, man, because I want to get to you not only making music, being a DJ, being a radio host. I mean, you do a lot. So I want to make sure we get to all of that. Shout out Mirror Magic. Photo booth is in the building. Catchin Up, episode 14. I got the one and only DJ Mighty Iris in the building tonight. It's a lot of vibes. It's a good time. Every episode is, of course, fueled by Jameson. Not sponsored quite yet, but fueled by Jameson. So, and she got the Jamie bottle. You are the third person to have the Jamie bottle. We got to hit the horns one more time.
It's freshly cracked. Don't you love that noise when you open the seal for the first time? It's beautiful.
I love it. I love it. I did that last week with Pledger, and it was absolutely amazing. It really was. Shout out Sergio just jumped in the building. He said we got the same last name. You remember Sergio was on the promo team.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, cool dude.
I remember Sergio.
Sean went to St. Croix instead of Portugal and Spain. I saw that. Lived off rum for 3 weeks. I've got some Captain Morgans that will be what the after drink is after the show. Because the wifey, see, the thing is, Iris, that's why I'm working towards the sponsor. Truly it's not even, to get the free bottles. It's so that the wifey kind of gets off my back about going through so many bottles. Because Jameson's definitely not a cheap liquor. You know what I mean? So
it's not, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if Jameson could send me some of the little ones. I mean, the little itty bitty ones, a 6-pack. I will take it. Shout out my mom in the building. She just jumped in the show. DJ Mighty Iris.
Hello, Mother Corey.
Hey, real quick, before we dive too far into anything, I just want to say real quick, and I want to just hear your quick story. But today is an unfortunate day in American history. It is 9/11. 19 years since the towers were, a plane crashed into the towers and they came down. A lot of people lost their lives, and I just want to pay my respect on my show and my platform and, say rest in peace. And it was just a really scary time. I'm sure that you were somewhere during that time. I was in 8th grade at Conley Middle School, and I was in home. I think it was called homeroom. It's your first room in middle school where it's not a class, but you just go there. And I remember, I don't think we had the TV on, but I believe we put the TV on when I think our teacher got kind of news of what was going on. And it was a really scary time. I can tell y'all that a lot of parents showed up and pulled their kids out of school. I think they ended up cutting school early, and I had ridden my bike to school, so I rode home. My mom was still at work. But, you know, it was a really scary time. Do you recall, you know, I know 19 years ago, do you recall where, you know, you were, I'm sure, in school at that time?
I know exactly. Yeah, it's so weird because, I mean, we were talking about this morning, Raul and I, and I was actually at Marshall. Go Rams, right? Marshall. I'm actually with Connolly too. So I want to say I was a freshman or sophomore. But it's so crazy because growing up, my parents, they weren't very political. They didn't talk about anything. So when all this stuff went down, I didn't understand it. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what's going on? Everyone was freaked out. And I just didn't, it didn't hit me because I wasn't well informed about, So it wasn't, I didn't feel as scared, but I mean, yeah. It was crazy.
No, I mean, I think that's probably for anyone around our age. I think you're only a year older than me, and we're going to get right into the history of me and you real quick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think you're only a year older than me. Like I said, we come from the same area. And, yeah, I just don't think at that age you are so informed on things, especially not because we didn't have social media the way kids do nowadays, where say, you know, we have our 12-year-old niece, and she sometimes knows way more things than I know sometimes going on. And I'm actively posting stories and doing things all week long, you know, and she knows I don't know. So shout out Nino in the building. Me and Iris right here recounting our times of, you know, the day of 9/11 and just how scary it was. It was really scary for me, Iris, too, because my dad lived in Seattle. So every year I'd fly up about once or twice to see him. And you know what? You know what? Oh, man. That might have been his last year living there. But I just remember that I was still traveling a lot at that time. And just how unsettling it felt. Like, just thinking, and I was telling Lori earlier, and Lori says hi, by the way, just to let you know.
Hi, Lori. Yeah.
She's in baking mode. We've been busy. Addie Bear Sweets, very blessed. Thank you, everyone. We're a busy household. But I was just telling her earlier that I remember thinking to myself, 8th grade, I was 12, 13 years old, thinking to myself, you know, if something happens, I'm going to do something. I definitely don't want to just sit here. And I had that young kind of just like, you know, I will stand up. So, you know, it's crazy for a 12, 13-year-old to think that getting on a plane and, you know, everything at the airport changed. I remember how it was before. My mom used to be able to walk me to the gate, you know, when I was young, because I've been flying since I was about 4 years old.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, because like I said, my dad lived in Seattle, so I got to spend winters and summers up there. It was so beautiful. I'd go back home to Massachusetts and see our family. So yeah, it was cool. I got to be a traveling kid, but my mom used to be able to walk me up to the terminal. My mom would physically walk me full on to the terminal. And after 9/11, you know, no one is allowed past that checkpoint unless you have a boarding pass. So yeah, it was crazy, you know, really crazy times.
Yeah.
You know, definitely just wanted, like I said, just, you know, never forget, and just, you know, rest in peace to all the Americans that were lost on that day. So, I was telling
Raul, can you imagine the people that were in the building probably thought they were witnessing Armageddon or something. They had no idea what was going on. So it's just sad. It's scary and sad. Yeah.
I wouldn't even be able to fathom what it'd be like being inside there, and you're right, mass chaos, and just having no clue what to do, not even knowing these are most likely your last moments. It's just, you know, like I said, especially with the technology we have nowadays, you know, I'm almost positive there'd be people that would probably jump right here on Instagram and go live or something, or on Twitter, or be tweeting instantly. Like, there just wasn't that technology around at that time, you know. So it's who knows what it was like in there. It's just scary. Hey, once again, Catchin Up Mac, episode 14, the one and only DJ Mighty Iris is in the building, and I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed because you made an Instagram just so you could be on the show. I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, dude, you were like pretty much harassing me to get one even before you're catching up. You're like, Iris, you got to get on social media, Iris. You got to get so yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Lori. Yeah. Look, and the reason I was always telling you got to get on social media is just because the career that we're in, I'm just like, you will just have an amazing outreach. You've got such a great personality. You're funny. You're edgy. You're comical. Can I just get the ice? I'm sorry. But it's
You
just
have
like
that ball of ice.
I have the ball of ice. I do have the ball of ice. Yes, I left it in the freezer.
I can't show you mine, but it's a brain. Like it's you know those the ice trays, they're flimsy and it's a brain. It's like a mold of a brain. And I have some that look like diamonds. But I don't have a fancy glass like you. Like I have mugs, you know? So
I mean, I try to keep it a little classy. Like I said, I just added in the new lighting. Excuse me. And
yeah.
the new lighting, I'm excited. How do I look, by the way? Am I looking flashy on that?
Dude, you shine bright, like for real. Look at my lighting. Like Raul wanted me to show you my lighting last night, but so.
That looks like something that the mystery that the Scooby Gang would be rolling around with.
Or the Midnight Society on Are You Afraid of the Dark? Remember that show?
Oh, Lori is a huge Are You Afraid of the Dark fan. Huge.
Smart woman. Yeah.
Hey, just so everyone can get a quick background. Shout out everyone that's in the show right now, episode 14. So me and Iris, this is really cool. Mom, you're in the show, so you'll really like this. But so me and Iris met at the radio station when I started working there in 2016. She was so cool. Iris was actually the first person that ever saw me at the radio station other than Nugget. But you were the first person ever because when I came in to do an application, you were at the front desk. So you were the first person I ever saw. And I think Nugget had already been kind of like telling you about me. And you were like, I've already heard about you. And oh man, I hope you get hired here. And I was like, I do too. So me and you definitely became close. Like I said, once I started working in the building, you were, let me put this bottle down real quick because I wanted to tell the story. Me and you would always be talking. We are around the same age. So we just have the same interests. We really got along. And it's so, so crazy because I think, so 2016, we met each other. And it's so crazy because I think it was late 2018, gonna be 2019, that me and you were at the front desk and you were talking about, you were either talking about the neighborhood you're from or however it came up. Long story short, Iris lived on the street over from me. So I lived on Marble Creek and you lived on the next street over.
I lived on Cabin Creek.
And did you live on the right side of the street? If you were looking straight down the street from the main Grissom Road, did you live on the right side or the left side?
I was on the right side.
So that is wild. And here's why it's crazy. So for anyone so Iris is literally a year older than me, right? This literally means that we rode the same bus to Elrod.
Yeah, Elrod Elementary.
Every day, right? Most likely you were at that bus stop that was right there at y'all's stop sign because we were at the bus stop that was at our stop sign. With my old barber, Irene. I'm doing my hair now by myself. You remember Irene's headlines, the sign?
I remember the sign. Yeah. That's crazy.
So that was our next door neighbor. But what's just so crazy, Iris, is I probably saw you, yes, Mom, off Timber Hill.
Timber Hill, OGs of Timber Hill.
OG, hey, THC, Timber Hill Click. You see that tagged all over the fences.
Yes. I felt so bad for those people. Every other day it was tagged and they have to paint over the fences. And yeah, man, I feel sorry for whoever. Yeah.
Luckily, we had a chain fence, so no one could tag up our shit. But it's so crazy because my best friend Ernie lived right across the street from us, which would have been a house behind the houses that you lived next to. So I don't know how many houses down, but I played in a bunch of those kids' backyards that lived on the left side. So it's almost like you could have been in the backyard. I could have been in my friend's backyard and never knew it. And we're talking ages 3, 4, 5, 6. I moved out when I was 12. So it's probably like 10 years we were probably living by each other, going to Elrod and Conley. That is just
Marshall.
So it's just so crazy. So just for anyone that just, when they say life comes full circle around, me and Iris had never met each other, never known each other. And we literally just figured this out. It's 2020, maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah. It was recent.
Something.
So weird. Yeah.
Just so people can get a little background on the history. Okay, Iris, so let's get into it. We were talking about quarantine life and everything. So you're not only a radio personality, but you're a DJ. And DJing is definitely a big part of the other side of kind of like your income. You were always at Oak Hills Tavern. Am I right on the name?
I was, yeah.
Until the pandemic hit.
No, I quit because of sexual harassment issue that they didn't care about. So, yeah.
Was that the thing that we were talking about the one time you did end up leaving there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I quit.
Okay. I did not know that. That must have happened after I left the station.
Maybe. I think I left last October, so it's almost a year since I
left the station at the very beginning of October. So that's what it was. I remember us talking about that. Okay, good. You know what? I'm so glad you left. I don't want to get too deep into that story, but from everything you told me, I think I was telling you should leave. I was like, not a good situation. So, well, nonetheless, did you end up DJing anywhere else after that?
No, it was, actually, at Pix.
Okay.
Yeah, they hired me at Pix off of 1604 and Northwest Military.
Oh, that whole complex.
Yeah, that one.
I didn't know that you were there.
I was. It was so different there though. Like they had me there because it's all about the bands. It's all about the live music there. So the DJ's just like the little side, music to make, and they want people to dance in between band sets. So that's what they hired us for. And the owners were really nice. It was a cool gig. It just wasn't permanent. They rotated like 5, DJs, but it was fun. Yeah. And then pandemic happened and I remember telling her, I don't know if I feel comfortable going in right now. And she's like, no, I understand. So yeah, that's where
okay with everything still kind of going on. And because I think Pudge here said, isn't Pix back open?
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then Iris kind of explained to people, because like I said, DJing usually has always been kind of like a second income for you. You know what I mean? And we all know about that. When I worked at the station, hosting a club, once a week, an entire month, $200 a pop for the night for 2 hours. It adds up. It's good extra money that gets you by. What was it during a pandemic, not really having those opportunities?
It hurt a little bit. It was like it was a boost. Like that money I would use on like groceries, car payment. It was just that little extra that kind of boosts you every now and then. So, I mean, I can survive without it, but it was nice to have that extra drinking, eating, money. So, yeah.
It's kind of like
go ahead, sorry.
It adds like a comfort zone.
Yeah, and you get used to it and you miss playing music every Friday or Saturday. Like, it just sucks when it's all like come to a stop,
And what's it like for you? Because for a lot of people that maybe don't know you or that are watching right now that have never met you, you are passionate about music like I am. And me and you would talk hours at the front desk. True. And yes, hours. And I'm sure people didn't like that. But
yeah, we got in trouble.
You really were you're so about the music. What's that been like? Not being able to, and here's the thing, here's the crazy thing, and I want to talk to you about this right now in a second. 2020 has been so amazing with new music, especially during the pandemic, during the quarantine. The Weeknd dropped an album, Lil Wayne dropped a deluxe, Lil Baby dropped an album, Gunna dropped an album. There's been so many new singles. I mean, it's been crazy.
I know.
Someone like you that loves bringing those new vibes to a venue and not being able to.
Yeah, that part, it's like having an itch you can't scratch. You can't see how the crowd's gonna react to that freaking St. John remix that like
With
freaking
you,
blew up. And when I
yes.
first heard that, oh my God, like I was like, this is my new jam. And
That's,
then what? It's been months has gone by, and I don't get to see how it's gonna make people dance at. Well, I didn't DJ at the Bonham that often, but Mondo, like he was at Bonham every weekend. He would
yeah,
have owned the crowd with that one, with
yeah.
all these other new songs too. BTS. I mean, come on, like
Yeah,
there's
that
not,
new one, Dynamite. I would
yeah.
say one of my favorites right now, Over Now, The Weeknd and Calvin Harris.
You like
It
that?
got such a mellow vibe
I know.
that there has got to be some DJs out there that could really throw a bounce to it and
Yeah,
remix it.
remix
That
it.
would
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that would hit a club. That's kind of what you warm up the night with. That's my warm up right there. That's how you kind of vibe into it, I think, is with a track like that. And what's so crazy, Iris, is that so many at M3, yes, we know Calvin, but so much music is coming out nowadays at such a quick pace that that St. John remix with Future is almost like old now.
Yeah, it's old now. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, what happens when the clubs open back up again? Is it too old to play or what? But probably not. Maybe we'll pick back up right where we left off. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, I'm trying to envision. They figured out basketball. They did it the right way. Hey, the NFL is back. Let me say, football is back, baby. And y'all know where the love is, baby. Boston all day long. So don't get it
Is that
twisted.
Delaware?
No. That's the. I think that's the Back Bay, or it's Fanpier Park in Boston.
I think that's Dover, Delaware.
No. But Delaware is close by.
Is it? Oh.
I think so. You know, it's funny. Lori makes fun of my geography all the time, and I always tell her the story. Freshman year, I actually got caught cheating in geography class with two other football players. And the teacher of geography was the women's soccer coach, and her husband was the men's soccer coach, but he was also the kicker coach for football. So when his wife told him, he went and told the other coaches, and we got our asses handed to us one day after practice. I remember I was throwing up everywhere. But luckily, I was able to pass that class still by cheating the remainder of the year. I'd sit a little more discreetly. So, yeah.
I think someone once said that when you throw up, it's weakness leaving the body. Did your coach ever tell you that?
I don't know. Maybe they yelled a lot of crazy things at us. They're very verbally abusive. Very abusive. Yeah, I quit football after my junior season. I wasn't about it. The verbal abuse, and it's politics. For people that don't know, high school sports is very political, and it's all about how close your parents can have a relationship with the coaches and this and that. And look, I come from a single mom. My mom was working to provide for me and my brother. She didn't have time to come to practices and mingle with the coaches so I could get a better position on the team. So I left that. And best decision ever. Let me tell y'all, best decision ever, because I had myself one hell of an end of junior year and one hell of a senior year.
So you were in football. I was in pep squad. Mondo was in band. That's like the full triad right there.
Yeah, Lori was a cheerleader. Pleasure was in football.
Damn.
Yeah,
I never made it to cheerleader. I wasn't that good. I never made it to dance team. I made it to pep squad officer, and that's where I stopped. But it was fun. I loved going to the games, and it was a good vibe. Yeah.
I mess with Lori all the time. I'm like, so where's your cheerleading outfit at? You know? So can you show me some moves? You know what I mean? Like show me what y'all did. She never wants to. She's like
she still has it though? She still has the outfit?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. I say funny things like that, and she's like, nah, and I'm like, oh, come on. Shout out Joseph in the building. What's going on? Catch Up Mac, episode 14. The one and only DJ Mighty Iris is in the building. My mom said I did not know Lori was a cheerleader. She was at St. Gerard's private school. Lori got that private school.
Do you like respond when people comment, or how does that work?
Yeah. I could comment on the screen, but then I'd have to be sitting here typing while I'm trying to listen to you talk, or so I
Okay.
just verbally respond. And
Okay.
if you see anyone jump in that you know, if you see a question that's addressed to you or you want to answer something, please feel free to do, because this is an open platform, and I like to really make it about the viewers, the people tuning in. They're taking the time out of their night to tune in to my rinky dink show. So, which isn't so rinky dink anymore, because y'all can see the light. Okay, I got the two soft white boxes right here. Okay, I'm shining. I'm shining.
Have you posted pictures of those lights? Because those are like legit professional lights. They look professional anyway.
Yeah, I mean, what's cool is we're not only going to be using it for things like this, but we're going to be using it a lot for Lori's baking and stuff. All the content we do for that. So I like.
Yeah.
Let me give you some right here.
How do you make the strobes? There's some hoes in this house.
There's some hoes in this house. Hey, hey, let's talk real quick, because I do want to get into your radio career and everything. I want to get some serious stuff out of the way real quick. How do you feel about that WAP song? Like, serious take on it.
Well, when I first heard it, because that back in the day,
Iris, real quick, for anyone in here that doesn't know, WAP stands for wet ass pussy.
Pizza, I thought it was.
Well, you know, I mean, they could. It's been referenced as pizza before, I guess. But wet ass pussy. If you do not know, that is what WAP, the Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion song. That is what the acronym stands for, just in case anyone didn't know. But please keep going. What's your take?
Right off the bat, when I heard that, is it Fransky or they sampled an old song. So, and that was a song that Mondo Swiss, they used to play that at the bottom back in the, is it like 2009, 8-ish?
Really?
And, oh yeah, they would throw that in there and the crowd would go nuts because just because of that line, you know what I mean? But so that's old school. And then right off the bat, I liked it because they sampled that song. And Cardi had that song for like 9 months and she hadn't released it yet. I heard that recently. Yeah. So when I heard it, I was like, holy shit, what if someone sampled like blow that whistle, bitch, or blow my whistle, bitch, or there's so many old like club songs that they could sample these one-liners, you know?
The Too Short, blow the whistle.
Oh, that's another one. Yeah, that Sweetie chick, she's like the queen of covers. Like she's gonna cover every like awesome song there was back in the early 2000s. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I love WAP. I think WAP is a freaking awesome song. I loved it. Love the video. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, there's gonna be the uptight people. You just get past the lyrics, which I think the lyrics are dope. If you put together exactly what they're saying, when Cardi says, I want you to tickle that little thing in the back of my throat. I'm sorry if it's too offensive on this show for people. That's what we do here. You know.
Right in this little garage. Yeah, she's awesome. I love Cardi B. Yeah.
It really is. It's a vibe. I do like that song. Hey, I want to let people know, because you've got a really cool YouTube channel. And I follow your YouTube channel. I'm subscribed. I'm the About to Blow channel. So if you see it, oh no, it's video now. So I am one of your subscribers. But you got a YouTube channel, and I kind of like what you do, because on your YouTube channel, it's like very just random moments, but it's interesting. And I watched the one where it was 4th of July and it was you and Raul, and y'all were just in the kitchen, just taking shots and listening to music. And I think you were trying to stump Raul, or he was trying to stump you.
Yeah, I feel bad about doing that, but when I start drinking, like I get all cocky about music and I'm like, he's not going to know this song. He loves everything about freestyle. That's like the genre he knows, but everything else, it's like he doesn't know when he hears a Nirvana song, or you know what I mean? It's weird. It's so weird. But yeah, that was I was going on vacation and we just set up the camera and I was like, let's drink. Let's make a drinking video, and those are fun, man. You and Lori should make one of those.
No. And I see you doing it. I talked about it last week with Pleasure. But me and Lori are working on maybe a podcast to be coming out. Something that won't be live but we are gonna film it and release it on Spotify and YouTube and the other platforms that we're able to put it out on. So we are working on something, because what's so funny is I was looking at it when I was thinking about a co-host. A co-host could be someone brand new, but at the same time, it could be someone that you really have grown together and gotten to know on such a personal level. And me and Lori are celebrating our 9-year together anniversary on
on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, 9 years together. We first started dating.
That is awesome.
So been married for 2 of those 9 years, and it's been amazing. We've just like you and Raul, we've been quarantined together this entire time. I didn't look at the days, but I think this is quarantine day like 178 or 179. And when I say that, people, I mean me and Lori waking up, going to sleep, getting in the car and going to HEB together, going to the park together. Other than that, we are in this apartment 24/7 together. And I don't know
love.
what it says, but I think that says it's good enough for a podcast co-host.
Yeah, they're saying if you can stand someone living with someone in quarantine, then you're golden, man. So Rose, if you're watching this, I'm sorry that you have to be quarantined with Mondo. I'm so sorry.
That's just...
Mondo asked earlier, how do you do it? I have the answer to that. Hang on.
Sean right here said, please work on the Little Mac. Sean, I saw your comment earlier. There's no Little Mac in the process. A couple of years.
Oh, that's funny.
No rushing. No
Little
rushing.
mac and cheese.
We're preparing. We're building.
This is how you do it.
Yes.
You have to watch Fresh Prince. That's how you do it. When Mondo says, like, how do you do it, man? I watch Fresh Prince. That's why.
Iris, I love that, because Fresh Prince is on HBO Max, and that was literally on before the show.
The reunion, did you hear about that?
Yeah, that's going to be coming out, I think in October, they said, or November. It's sometime.
Like Thanksgiving. I think it's gonna be a Thanksgiving thing.
I am so excited. Reboots.
Yeah, the reboot, yeah.
A drama series, not so much like a comedy, but a little more like a drama.
Yes, and the fact that it was just a fan video, it was a fantasy. It wasn't even real.
Yeah, did you see that?
And now it is.
Yeah, Will Smith called the guy and said he already got locked in for 2 seasons off of a pitch. He said
that's the dream. That's the dream right there. Yeah, that's crazy.
For the young entrepreneurs out there, for the people that are trying to make it, I've talked about it on this show, and I'm just going to reiterate it to y'all once again. We've got technology that you did not have before. These lights right here, I cannot imagine owning these lights back in the 90s, even early 2000s. We ordered on Amazon last week. They fucking came in today. Okay? Like, everything is at your disposal. Iris, you asked me about this reflection shield that I have right here that I showed on the behind the scenes earlier on my thing.
Yeah.
Guys, this is stuff. We've got a phone right here that connects to the world like that. Anyone in the world right now could find this live stream and watch. Philippines, Tokyo, Russia or Japan, Russia. I mean, just anywhere. So if y'all are trying to do anything, this guy literally landed a 2-season show off of a pitch. Amazing. You can do it.
And he made it look so interesting. Like, I'd watch it. Hell yeah. Because Will Smith's story, they try to play it in a comedic way on the show, but he sometimes seems truly scared of where he grew up. So like, I'd love to watch that, the drama version of it.
It's gonna look great. So we're talking about your YouTube channel. Like I said, I really like it, and I really think people that would like the kind of content that you put out on there. You were doing a show that actually I was a part of at the beginning of quarantine, and last time we got to see each other. What's going on with that? Are you still doing it? It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I wanted Song Assassination. Yeah, it's a ripoff of the one that Vanity Fair does, or Vogue. I forget who does it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a word association. We give you a word and you sing. You're supposed to sing a lyric now that I realize that now. Sing a song with that lyric in it. And I had you, Nugget, Raul, I think that's it. But yeah, just I have random thoughts or dreams sometimes. So I'm like, let me go into the studio and just record it real quick. And now that I know how to add music and sound effects to everything, it's like I have fun doing it, but I don't think people watch them. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube, that would be great. Thanks.
Let me tell you, you gave me one of the best intros ever, and that's why I had texted you to maybe work on an intro for this show right here. I know M3 wants to produce it, but you did it to Chris Cross's classic Jump, and you were the Mac. You were like Mac Daddy, make it, or how'd you say? You're like Miggity 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 Mac.
Yeah.
Mac Daddy, make
I was
it
like,
Mac.
Yeah, Corey, miggity, miggity. Yeah. That's tough to do, though. Like, I know I was off beat, but it was fun to do. And that's how I picture your intro being, unless it would be more like, because your name goes with so many things. Like that old song, Miss Mary Mac, you could be like, it's Corey Mac, and like make it into like a hip hop song. That'd be kind of
cool. I mean, the classic that I've always done my entire life, Return of the Mac.
Woo!
Return of the Mac. Come on, once again.
That's a classic.
Return of the Mac. Hey!
Dude, that should be your song. And I wonder if we were just to use the instrumental and have someone sing different words, would they still block it on Instagram because of the instrumental?
See, and let me tell you, I really that is the direction I was thinking of going with with my intro for the show. I want to have you cut it because you have a great voice. For anyone that doesn't know, this girl right here, Iris, man, has a really dope voice. We're getting your radio side. You've got a
thank you.
On air. You sound good. It just cuts through, and it's a voice that makes me want to listen to what you're saying.
So do you. So do you, man. You have a great voice, and you're so natural and awesome and upbeat. Like, yeah, you're awesome. Yeah.
I appreciate it. But
for sure.
Hondo right here said, I have the instrumental. That is exactly what I was thinking, though. If we do a retake on that one, or if we do a retake on Return of the Mac, and you came up with some lines that just sounded cool, like, how about like catching up with the Mac, again, catching up with, like something like that. We'll come up with something. I don't know.
And I totally work in Jameson in those lines too. You know what I mean? Just like, oh yeah.
They better, if that's the case, I'll make sure they send you a care package as well. Once I get my care package, because it's only right.
Dude, remind me later because I have a surprise for you when it comes to the endorsements of Jameson. Yeah, I'd rather tell you later though. So
okay, cool. Hey, once again, Catch Up Mac, episode 14. I got the one and only DJ Mighty Iris is in the building. I'm so glad she's spending a Friday night with me. Made her Instagram just for this. She's going to keep her Instagram because I already know it's going to propel her in her career. It's going to. You're going to just be a little active on it. You don't got to do the most. There's some radio personalities like that, some DJs that are just here and there. It's a little mysterious, but I'm telling you, I think that it could do a lot for your career. And let's talk about your career because, yes, you're not only DJ Mighty Iris like we were talking about before, but you're DJ Mighty Iris on the radio, on air for hundreds of thousands to hear. I saw that you started radio in 2007.
Yes, I did.
What led you to radio in 2007 when I'm sure in 2007 I was a year out of high school? A year and a half. What led you to radio so young?
Okay, so there is a story behind that. In 2006, that's when I started working at Joe's Volcano, right?
Okay.
As a waitress, bar tub girl. I don't know, I forgot. So I'm working there for a year, right?
Shot girl.
I wish I was a shot girl. No, but I was. They had this beer tub, right? And you know the ice was so cold. Anyway.
Okay. Got you. You're one of those right around the side. Got you. Yes.
Yeah. So man, I miss Joe's Volcano too. And so I'm working there, and I think I started listening to. I was listening that morning because I was still in school at Northwest Vista. I went for like 1 or 2 semesters.
Same.
And
yes.
yeah, I don't like school. So I'm driving and I'm listening to KTFM because that's always been my station, 1027 KTFM, right? And I think they were playing Lil Jon, Get Low.
Okay.
And they cut it off right in the middle, and it forms a rock station out of nowhere called K-Rock. And so I was like, what is this? It was like old rock and new rock, and it was like K-Zep and Kiss put together, kind of. I was like, what is this station? So I started listening to their morning show, the Kid Chris show, and I fell in love with them, man. Like, they were so funny. So I entered this contest, or they said, if you want to win tickets to go see the Scorpions, and of course I wanted to go, they were like, you have to eat marshmallows out of Thomas's butt crack, right?
Oh.
So I called in. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. And my boyfriend got mad at me at the time, so he didn't want me to do it. And they thought that was hilarious. So they're like, let's put him on. And I was like, no, like, he's not going to let me do it. Sorry about that. But I kept in touch with Thomas. Mm-hmm. And he introduced me to Sam, who was the mandatory metal guy on K-Rock. You know Sam. He works with us. I mean,
that's what I was going to say. And those are still his buddies.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. So I met Sam at one of the shows at Sunset Station. I forgot what show it was, but Sam was like, "Hey, do you want to work promotions? Like, they're hiring." So I applied. They hired me on the spot, but I had a lip ring at the time. So the guy that hired me, Brian, he's like, "You gotta take that out." And I was like, "It's radio, you know?" Yeah. And so years later, I got it back.
And I mean, don't punk rock chicks have piercing everywhere? Like, what the hell?
That's what I thought. But yeah, they needed people for Fiesta. It was Fiesta time. This was back when Fiesta like fucking rocked, man. Like you couldn't even walk down there.
I remember those times. Underage drinking,
dude.
Little flask in my back pocket. Whew, yes.
I feel like everyone got free drinks anyway. I can't fully remember what it was like, but it was so much fun. Yeah. That's when I started working in radio. Yeah, and it was all I loved being in promotions. That was my favorite, man. Like for like 5 years I was in promotions.
Yeah, I was gonna say you pretty much had the exact path that I had in radio. You know, I was part of that contest for Blondie and Nugget to take over for Third Mike, the producer, and didn't win it, but Pat loved me. Nugget and Blondie just kept talking so great about me to everyone that they brought me right on. Did the promotions thing and worked my way up to be a lead with AC. Love AC. He was on the show last week, acting a fool in the comments.
AC's birthday's on Sunday. I don't know if he's listening, but AC, happy early birthday.
AC most likely will jump in. I think he's jumped in. I got a handful of these episodes. I didn't know that. Okay. I bet that he's very disappointed. The Texans got their ass handed to them last night. Like I said, football's back, baby. Football is back.
The Texans is football?
The Texans versus, I know, Iris, you got to get together. Come on. Not on this show, please. Don't disrespect the show like that.
I'm just a normal person. I follow the stock market, sports.
Oh, that's not normal, which I have been randomly talking about the stock market with the wifey because it seems like there's some money to be made. Seems like there's a little bit of change to be made.
Yeah, in hand sanitizers, like the hand sanities. If we would have known back then, dude, I would have invested in that shit.
Lysol is still not on the shelf like regularly.
What are they waiting for? Like, this is their chance. Like, come on.
I think I figured it out, Iris, just so you know. I think that Lysol, I think that these companies have had to be dedicated to professional sports. That's my take. I think they had to really give a lot of their resources to the NBA bubble, now the NFL, the MLB, the hockey, soccer was going on, and tennis. I truly think that a lot of these resources are being used to keep those conditions as safe as possible. Well, what about us?
That damn bubble. Exactly. What about us?
What about us? Because I need Lysol. And I'm sick of having to drive to 4 different HEBs to find one fucking spray bottle, okay? Sick of it.
I'm an adult. I'm a Pisces. I need water. I need hand sanitizer. Yeah. I understand your pain.
Hey, but
It's terrible.
I like that. I kind of already knew your story. Like I said, similar to mine. And then you got your break. So you were in promotions. Like you said, you did a good like 5-6 years in promotions. You put in your time, and then you got your break because then they brought on 1033 the app.
Yeah, well, I had wanted to be on air before that, but the program director at the time did not care for me. I don't know what I did to him, but he was just so not interested in me at all. So he left. It's so weird with program directors. They either like you right off the bat or they're out to get you and they don't want. It's so bizarre to me. If you have a good voice, if you're peppy, what is the harm in putting you on the radio? I don't understand. But
I don't even want to get into it. It's rough, yes. But
yeah.
you had someone that believed in you, though. You had someone that heard you, and they kept putting you on air. And I would say that you owned, for a lot of people that don't know, 1033, the app, which was one of San Antonio's only alternative stations.
Well, yeah, I missed that station.
No, and I want to get into that because that's a big part of your life. And I was there the day that that station was made, and I was there the day that that station was taken away and rebranded as G1033. Which then, and it sucks because it's there to give opportunities, and they're taken away. G1033 then gave me the opportunity to finally get to host a club that was my own, and not just be a fill-in on them. That's when I finally got to start having industry and paradox and having the opportunity to finally showcase my skills. It got great. If anyone watching right now wants to get into radio, it's a fucking tough life. And let me tell you, let me save you the time. It's not probably worth the heartbreaks. I'm already sunken in. So I'm already going to be here for the broken heart. It's not worth it for the heartbreaks. It's
Dude, how many friends of yours have been like, dude, I have a cool voice. People say I should be on the radio. Like, it's not that easy, man. Like,
and you know what, Iris, and I'm not here to be bashing and stuff like that, but you know, then you start having nowadays like these influencers, these Instagram influencers that now feel like they're talents. And I'm not saying any names, and I'm not putting anyone out there, and I'm not putting everyone into a bubble, but you've got these influencers now that think that they've got a personality, and some do, and some can break out, but it's now given this hype to them all. When me and you come from such a cutthroat business where it's make or break, and we're talking about if you break, you're gone. You're out of there. You're done. Okay? Sayonara, see you later. But you did get the chance. You worked on a really cool station. I was so excited to be a part of it. Iris, we just got the warning for the hour mark.
Oh, okay.
So we got 1 minute and 50 seconds left. I want to talk about 1033, the app, because this was such a big deal to you. This was such a big deal to Sam. This was such a big deal to AC. And that night with AC, and he was crushed, man. And it's such a shitty feeling. Let's get into your career as being, I'd say, probably the top host on 1033 the app. Someone that I saw your page numbers skyrocketing, your numbers on your ratings were great. You were killing it. So we need to get into that. We need to show it some love. I also want to talk about the other stations that you have luckily been the chance or had the chance to be a part of that are out of state. For a lot of people that don't understand, people that are from here but maybe work out of state as well, they don't understand it. We're going to get into that. Catchin Up Mac, episode 14, the one and only DJ Mighty Iris is in the fucking building tonight. She's sipping on Jameson. We're having a good time. Guys, we're coming back in probably about like 2-3 minutes. Iris, if you got to get some ice, if you got to use the restroom, do it real quick. I'll jump back on. We can do our thing. But I will see you in about 3 minutes or so. Sound good?
What do I do? Like,
jump right back on. I'm going to end it for you. You're all good. Catchin Up Mac, episode 14. DJ Mighty Iris in the building tonight, man. Hey! We're coming back. 2-3 minutes. We'll be back. I got to go to the restroom. I got to get some
me
ice.
too.
We're coming back.